Okay, I'm back on. Come on back in. Come on back in. Have no idea what just happened. But it's technology. It's technology. But you have to know. You have to know what your purpose is. And then you have to make. Yeah, that's kind of funny tonight. But you have to be able to become non-negotiable. So one, know what your purpose is. Two, stay on track. And the third thing is become non-negotiable. So nothing can pull you away. And you got to understand that there are going to be individuals who are going to want to pull you away from what your purpose is, or they're going to try to offer you something else. Well, you gotta maintain that. You gotta stick to that. So one of the first pitfalls, and again, this is a little insight to what the book is the lack of purpose. It's the lack of purpose. You have to know your purpose as a leader. You have to know what you're called to as a leader, and you've got to stick to it. You got to stay on track, and you got to know that destination. You got to know that destination. Moving towards that destination is what's key, and then it becomes non-negotiable. So something may look more attractive. Something may look more attractive as you're going down that track, as you're headed to your destination. Something may look more attractive, but you know what? I'm going to stay on track because I know what my purpose is. My purpose is to transition a program or transition someone. My program is to be a transformational leader. My purpose is to be a strategist. Whatever your purpose is as a leader, you have to stick to that, and it becomes non-negotiable. It becomes non-negotiable. Do not negotiate the standard of your purpose, even in a season where it looks like it's not being beneficial. You've got to know your purpose so deep until you're doing everything that you need to do, that you're so committed to it, even if the season doesn't look like it's going to benefit you. That's what's key. That is another key point. And I give you I share this with you. Years ago, I used to take my Fridays when I was out of the office, off from work or out of the office as I called it. But I would take my Fridays and spend 8 hours in a bookstore writing and developing leadership trainings and materials in a season where I had nowhere to use it, in a season where I couldn't have even really spoke to anyone about being an effective leader. I couldn't even prepare myself as an effective leader. But I was committed to what I knew my purpose was. I tapped into what my purpose was, and it became non-negotiable. It became so non-negotiable that I was at the bookstore the moment the doors opened. And I didn't leave. I left one time for lunch, and then I left in time enough to go pick my son up from school. But basically, it was 8 hours in a bookstore. And people would call me, or people would say, hey, let's do this on Fridays. But I was so committed to feeding my purpose till that Friday time frame became non-negotiable. It became non-negotiable. It became non-negotiable. And again, I had no place to do trainings. No one was calling me to ask me to come in and do a training. Nothing was there. But you know what? I was feeding my purpose. I was feeding my purpose. And you, as a leader, you must feed your purpose. Even if it doesn't look like it's going to pay off. But I can guarantee you, at some point, the season will change, but you will be prepared for the season. You will be prepared for the season. Like right now, if you walked into a department store, clothing store, guess what? All the winter stuff is on clearance. It's on the clearance rack. What they're putting out now is spring wear. Now, we're not in the spring season. We're still in the winter season. But they are putting out the spring fashions. Why? Because they are preparing you now before the season change. That's good. I hope somebody is hearing me. So if on your job, if they come to you tomorrow with a leadership assignment, have you prepared yourself as a leader in a season where it seemed like you wouldn't have moved? Wasn't time for you to move. Think about it. It's all about preparation. But when there's no preparation, that's a sign that there's lack of purpose. You don't know purpose. So because I don't know what my purpose is as a leader, what am I preparing for? See, when I was doing 8 hours in a bookstore, I was preparing for a season of training hundreds and training thousands of people. I'm still in preparation. But guess what? I'm starting to see doors open. I got an invitation Friday for a national conference in July. But I prepared in a season that I didn't know that door was going to open. So now I'm able to walk into that door come July, and I have materials. I have things I can share, things I can teach, things I can develop. Now I can sit down with other individuals and we can collaborate and we can talk about doing things. So you have to know what your season is, and you got to know what your purpose is, because it all feeds together. That's the destination. So I wanted to share that. Again, I am going to be writing out this book, The Pitfalls of Leadership, and I'm going to be talking about 10 things that cause a leader to fall from their leadership role. It's the pitfalls. So you got to get prepared. Any questions? Any questions tonight? Any questions tonight? If you have any questions, please feel free. Feel free to ask any questions. Any questions? Thank you, Lady PNC. I try to make sure I'm relevant in what I share with the leaders here. Thank you so much. Trying to read the name, but I see that. This is great, Elder. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hit those hearts for me. Hit those hearts for me. Listen, I really try to make sure I'm prepared each week for tonight, so I can be relevant and I can really help nurture the leadership that's in you as a leader. But go ahead on and type, I'm a friend of leadership. I'm a friend of leadership. If there's no questions tonight, just tap it. I am a friend of leadership. And know your purpose. Know your purpose as a leader. Know your purpose as a leader, and then prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves for your destination. Can your purpose change? Can your purpose change? Now, here's the thing. I do not believe your purpose changed. I believe at some point you discover what your purpose is, and that carries you throughout your life. That carries you. Your purpose, here it is. Your purpose becomes who you are. Your purpose is a destination. What changes is assignments and tasks, but your purpose may stay the same. Okay? I give you an example. When a student is in school, when a student is, let's say, in high school, the purpose of them is to, of course, get their education. But when they go to school every day, their purpose is to make sure they get to graduation. That's the purpose, is to walk across that stage and get that diploma. That is the purpose of them going every day. But in order to do that, they have assignments that prepares them to get to their ultimate purpose. You may be in a season now where your assignments, your tasks may change. But you got to know what that ultimate purpose is. So for me, I say your purpose never change. Your purpose never change. But you're going to have tasks along the way that's going to change. Here's another example. If you get on an airplane and you want to fly to LA, you get on an airplane, you fly into LA. In some cases, you will have a layover at another airport somewhere. Say you leave here, you want to get to LA, you're on a Delta flight. Delta's hub is Atlanta, where you may have to go through Atlanta. And the plane that you were on, you may have to change airplanes. May have to change airplanes in order to ultimately get to your destination. But what is your purpose? Your purpose is to go from Jacksonville to LA. But in order to do that, you may have to change flights. You may have to change airplanes. Okay? So for me, I'm from the vantage point that your purpose stays the same. Once you tap into your purpose, that's the purpose that you're going to live out your life with. And that's the purpose that's going to ultimately carry you throughout your life. You'll have different assignments that may change. But out of that, your purpose is that. Okay? Any question? Yes, Jesus had one purpose. He had one purpose. He had one purpose, and that was the cross. The ultimate purpose was to bring humanity back to God. What happens when it seems that your purpose, okay, that faded away? That faded away. If you don't mind, you can give me that again. You can raise that question again. Yeah, he had one purpose. And along that purpose, he had different things that he was doing: feeding the hungry, healing the sick. Different things were happening. But what was he doing? He was moving towards the cross. Okay? He was moving towards the cross. So, know your purpose. Stick to your purpose. I think someone had another question, or you was raising a statement. I would love for you to share that again. It kind of faded away from my screen. What happens when your purpose is a holding pattern, when you know it's your purpose? Here's a question I have for you. How are you defining it as a holding pattern? It's your purpose. Is it really a holding pattern, or are you just in a season until your purpose gets to fulfillment? Again, how are you defining it as a holding pattern? That's the question that I would have to ask you. How are you defining it as a holding pattern? Because it's your purpose. How do you define it as a holding pattern? Yeah. How are you defining it as a holding pattern? That's what I would need you to share with me tonight. How are you defining it as a holding pattern? And then we can continue to discuss that. Because I wouldn't see it as a holding pattern. Again, it's a season. Remember, I said for a year and a half to maybe 2 years, I was doing 8 hours in a bookstore, writing, developing, reading. I never defined that as a holding pattern. I defined it as a season of preparation. Okay? Not moving forward, minimal, and not moving forward. Okay, that's how you're defining it as a holding pattern. Okay, here it is. You're waking up every day. You're waking up every day. Do you know what your purpose is? and you're waking up every day, what are you doing with that purpose when you wake up? Are you feeding it? What are you doing with it? What can we celebrate about what you're doing with your purpose? Because it's not a matter if it's moving. It's a matter of what you're doing with it. It's a matter of what you're doing with it. The ultimate assignment for the fulfillment of your purpose may not have come yet. But remember, you're in a season. You're in a season of preparation. Now, I can't define that the duration of that season. But I can tell you this: great is thy faithfulness while you're in that season. See, if you're waking up every day, if you're complaining, if you're not faithful, if you're not committed to the purpose, to the season of preparation, then ultimately you may not be ready to release yourself to the season of open doors, to your purpose. Okay? Now, I know that may be a tough pill to swallow, but you've got to do something every day in a season. Okay. Okay, I got that. I'm sharing with everybody. I'm sharing with everyone. That's for everyone to think about. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the question. Listen, whenever someone is asking a question, I'm sharing with everyone. Okay, I'm sharing it openly with everyone. I appreciate the courage of asking the questions, because you're going to help everyone that's on tonight. Because I believe some people may be thinking things they just don't want to ask the question. But that was a very, very good question, because really sometimes we do look at those seasons as being a season of holding, a pattern of holding, or it's not moving forward. But you got to know that I'm in that season. We all have to be able to define that I'm in that season, and I'm preparing myself. Okay, I'm preparing myself until. Okay, until that was a good. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? You're absolutely right. We're fulfilling purpose when we are committed to the process. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. Any more questions? Thank you so much. The scope is very good, much needed. Thank you so much. Thank you, and you're welcome. All right. Well, if there's no more questions, here's what I want to leave everyone with tonight. Discover your purpose and feed your purpose every single day. Know that it's only a season, and at some point the season will change. Again, remember the example I gave you. If you go into a retail store right now, you will start to see spring attire. But yet you're still in winter. You may be in a winter season of your purpose, of your leadership, but know that spring is coming. Spring is coming. So go ahead on and prepare yourself. Go ahead on and prepare yourself. Don't worry about, I've been in this place for a certain period of time. Your season is coming. If you stay faithful and committed, Your season is coming. Somebody ought to type, my season is coming. My season is coming. You got to believe that. Every single day you wake up, you got to believe, my season is coming. Yeah, my season is coming. Come on, type that. Type that. My season is coming. There you go. You got to declare that every day. Got to declare that. I don't care how frustrated you may get. I don't care how tired you may get. You got to feed it. You got to prepare for it, because your season is coming. Your season is coming. Your season is coming. All right, my friends of leadership. Before we go, you know how we do it. Once you go ahead and hit those hearts, give me some hearts. I see them going up. Give me a ton of hearts. And also go ahead on and type, I'm a friend of leadership. I'm a friend of leadership. And thank you all so much for being on tonight. Last week I had my days mixed up. Remember, I said that I would probably be on the road heading back. I had my days mixed up, and that's just because I'm just so excited about coming on every week. I'm just so excited about coming on every week. But hey, go visit my Facebook page, Cotton and Company Leadership Group Facebook page. View my website, Cotton and Company website. I'm going to have Lady PNC, if you can put the website address on the screen. For those of you who requested to receive the monthly newsletter, check your spam. Check your spam folder. But you were definitely added. It was definitely sent out to you. So check your spam. I've been checking my reports, and I noticed that those who requested the article, I didn't see any clicks. I didn't see anyone that had read it. So it's out there. Go check it. If it's not out there, just inbox us. And we may have to send it directly to you just by sharing it from the app and the page. But we definitely want to make sure you get it. But yeah, check out the website. Check out the Facebook page. Periodically, I do put, quotes and things on the Facebook page. That's going to continue to help encourage you throughout the week. But just know that you are a friend of leadership. We're in this together. We're in preparation. I'm still preparing myself because I'm feeding my purpose. I'm feeding my purpose. I'm feeding my purpose. So thank you all so much for coming on. Share it and post it on your Facebook page to help someone else. God bless you. I love you. I believe in you. And I will be chatting with you real soon. Take care, everyone. See you next week on LeaderScope.